getting lucky, can't stop what's meant to be, and it's meant to be. I know your girl want a nigga that's in the street, she into me. I know I started from the bottom, but I stayed down with it, now they envy me. I know. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wayans in the building.
How you doing? What's happening? Chilling, man.
Actually, Marlon was at the Bronner Brothers hair show earlier. Had a lot of fun. Welcome, welcome.
I bought weed for everybody.
All right, so Marlon, they have just their questions. These are all the press corps from Atlanta, bloggers, everybody's Instagramming, tweeting you, adding you.
I got you. You on candy camera. Okay.
So I'm going to let you take it away, and there should be a microphone in the... Yes, I'm going to come over and get that.
I'm so jealous y'all have beer and wine and good shit and chicken. I'm on a cleanse, so I'm just eating like salad. It's not fun. It's not.
Okay.
The black man in me is really upset right now.
Okay, who has the first question? All right.
What's going on, Marlon?
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
Good, man. Christopher Barty, ATL Profile. Big fan of you and the family.
Thank you, man.
This is Haunted House 2. This genre of films, we see Jason from Friday the 13th, about 8, 9 of them. Michael Myers, another 6, 7. Freddy Krueger. Is Malcolm going to do 8 or 9 of these? Do you see the genre that's going that long?
I'm a Freddy Krueger of this franchise. You sit there and go, Negro, didn't you die in the first one? Yeah, I did, apparently, but yeah, I plan on, like, I'm not just going to do these, but I wanted to do part 1 and part 2 and kind of just set the franchise up. I did part 1 and I wasn't thinking like part 2, and then The Conjuring came out. And I was sitting there and I was watching that, me and my producer partner. We was like, oh man, it'll be a fun storyline. And then we watched a couple other movies, like Insidious, and then we just found a storyline. And a lot of times, like in these movies, I keep telling people it's not a parody. It's a different kind of movie. It's a horror comedy with parody moments. And it's hard for people to wrap their head around it because it don't make no damn sense. But it's its own story that really is, it's onto itself. It's not a direct parody like, oh, scene by scene, and we're doing funny commercials. No, it just so happens to be a story and some of the things are similar, and then you got some scenes that you send up, but for the most part, it's just original. But yeah, I plan on doing a bunch of these. It's good to have a franchise that, you know, you control and that somebody can't, you know, rip from you, you know. It's kind of like, this baby's mine. No, you can't take my baby. You take the first one. I like that one. Anyway.
And you need to stand there and talk.
You need to stand there?
You need to stand there.
You a little short there, bro. maybe for little man too. No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do that.
Hey Marlon, Tiffany from Tastemaker Magazine. I'm good. So last year,
I remember you from last year.
yeah, last year when we sat around the table, you talked about like really reaching out to some of your friends like Cedric and Essence and all of them to play a part in Haunted House 1. We noticed in the trailer that Essence isn't in or doesn't appear to be.
Oh, she's in it.
Oh, she's in it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
I can't do that movie without that girl. I love her. She's, you know, I call her set wife. Like, you know, if I could have a wife on set, it would be her. She's just so great to work with and so much fun, and she's a big part of the franchise. So I went and, no, she's a part of it, you know, and she's gonna be a part of the franchise probably throughout. You know, I love Essence.
okay, nice, because I didn't see her.
She's in the poster, look, right there behind me. The spooky crazy one right there. Going, I'm gonna get your ass.
So now you just have a new girlfriend with 2 kids.
Yeah, I just changed the storyline up because I thought in the first one, what we did was we kind of maximized the one-on-one kind of relationship, me and her, and it went to a different place, and it was good to go to a different well. And what I wanted to do was open the movie up, just, you know, I think for the overall experience. I wanted it to be, I was like, motherfucker cast a spell on me. I was like, am I a frog? Am I a frog?
Hey, Marlon.
Hold up. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. To answer your question, shoot. Okay, so I will open the movie up. So a lot of the movies that that gave us the paradigm in which we're working from had a woman, a new dad, and 2 children. Like what's the name of that movie? It's an old school movie about Amityville Horror. They remade that classic. It had a stepdad, 2 kids, and a mom, and it just gave us an interesting story. Insidious. A lot of those things, for what did we do with this movie, had some similar kind of structure. So we kind of just borrowed that, and we thought it'd be good to open up the world, not just in terms of the black-white experience. We thought it'd be fun to have the white girl there, to have her a naive point of view, so that you got that, no, you don't open that door. It's actually somebody to talk to constantly. And then lastly, we have a Latino next door neighbor, which is Gabriel Iglesias, because it just opens up you to the Latin audience. So it's just a more inclusive experience. But Keisha's a part of it, and she's just playing that, the ex-girlfriend, and Yes.
Hi, my name is Arkita, and last year you had such, like, iconic scenes with the teddy bear and, the opening scene with the dog. Like, how did you find inspiration for the second movie, to kind of top that? I don't even know if that's topical, but.
I don't, how you top the Minaj with the stuff animal. I didn't try to top it. I just found a different avenue. When you do comedy, it's just new wells. It's a new topic. So you kind of riff on that topic and you riff on those situations. But the humor in this one, I think, is turned up, because I think Malcolm is put upon. Like the first one, it was kind of like things was happening. This one, it's happening from so many different angles. It's like the daughter has this little box that's haunted, that's from the possession. Malcolm, they find this little creepy doll in the house, and it's haunting him. They find, the little boy got an imaginary friend. There's all this stuff going on, and he's just put upon. So a lot of the humor comes from him unraveling, and at a point in the movie, he just looks crazy, but it's dope. So it's different, but a lot of people like this. Like, we've had screenings, a lot of people like this one better than the last one, and to me, I take that as a compliment, because the last one had some big laughs in it. This one has some huge, big laughs.
All right. How you doing, Marlon?
Which side?
Over here. The other side.
Okay, raise your hand. How you doing?
All right, man. All right. So, I noticed you made a comment about, being younger, your brothers always used to tell you what to do, now you get paid to do it. How important was it for you to have them involved in this franchise moving forward?
I wanted them involved. I always want my brothers involved, but it felt good to do something on my own. You know what I mean? It's like they taught me so much. It's like finally, as a Jedi, you get to use the Force, and they're with me in every movie I do. They have my sense of humor, but it was good to have them. I took the plane with Ivory. We was going to Europe, and I showed him a cut of the movie, and I was scared. I was sitting in, like a seat back and sweating. Like, if he don't like me, is he gonna spank me? Oh, he did spank me when I was like 11. Your big brother spanked you. It's one thing if your daddy spanked you, but your brother, like, just punch me in the chest and get it over with. So I just heard him laughing. Oh, that's crazy. And after the movie, he goes, "That's a good job. You made a funny movie." And that meant the world to me, And even Crazy Damon came to the premiere, and he was like, "I only saw the last 15 minutes, but I laughed a lot." So, it feels good, it's good to do a combination. I always work with my brothers, We're actually talking about doing a first ever Wayans Brothers tour. Me, Sean, Keenan, and Damon next year. We just played my brothers did a casino. They was doing the House of Blues in Atlantic City on Valentine's Day. It was just Sean, Keenan, and look, I get confused. It was Tito and Jackie. it was just David and Keegan originally, and then Sean was like, I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna perform. I'm not getting paid until the ghosts show up. And I was like, all right, well, if you're gonna crash the stage, I'm gonna crash the stage too. And the audience wasn't even expecting that. And, you know, they left there, you know, you get 4 different ways or 4 different point of view of life, society. They was, man, their face was hurting. You know, people was like, mascara was running, one girl had a booger running out of her nose. Like, y'all just too crazy. And, you know, so we're always gonna do stuff together, but it's good to do things separate too.
All right.
Yes.
My name is Candace. I'm here with Steve Harvey on the show, Sweet Getter today.
Hey, what's up, Steve?
Hey. Can you tell us about a scene in the movie that you really, really like that may not have made the movie?
Man. Let me think. I'm sorry. When we shoot these movies, we literally shoot about 70 hours of footage. So, you know, we cut scenes. Okay, there's a scene. Okay, there's this one scene where there's this, the little girl calls me in her room because there's this dark entity in her room.
And she's like, turn off.
So I go on the bed, I go in her room, and she's like, Malcolm, it's behind you. And I'm like, where? And she's like, right behind you. And I'm scared. I'm like, oh my God. So I won't look at it, but it's breathing down my back. And I'm sitting there crying. At one point, I'm so scared I fart and shit myself. But, like, and I'm just like, oh my God, oh, don't kill me, mama. I don't want it. And then it's really funny, but it's just like, you know, we like to keep these movies short and sweet. And as funny as it is, we just felt like, for the overall journey of the movie, I'd rather not have that stutter step and just keep them on a roller coaster. And I think we had enough beats of scare to make people laugh. So you just make your choices, and you know, it's something great that we can put on the DVD. Plus, we couldn't afford the effect of the demon in back of me, so yeah, so that was an easy cut. Cost $200,000. That's like, whoa, that's what, you got a $3 million budget, that's about 22% of your budget. Don't quote me on that, I ain't do good at that. Yes?
Hey Marlon, I'm Taylor Talk. This is one of your, I would say, greatest movie accomplishments?
No, I think it's an accomplishment, but I would call it my greatest accomplishment. I think anytime I do things with my brothers and uniformly we are successful, you know, I think that puts 4 black people in very great positions. And I think that journey to me is always a lot more, has a lot more strength. Doing it by myself is wonderful too, because it just shows me that I can do it. But I love working with those guys. And, you know, it's hard to get any 4 Negroes to do anything together. Like, I see why New Edition would keep breaking up. You know? Damon's Bobby Brown, y'all just don't understand. Sean bought a monkey last week, and he brought this man. So doing it together is always to me, and I think that when we all do it together, my parents are happy that we played nice together. But I also know my mom and my dad have sat me down and told me that, you know, they're proud of me and they're happy that I went and did something on my own, because they go, baby, you have superpowers. You are special. It's good to go see you do your thing. You do your thing. Now I'm still not going to see that disgusting movie, but now my parents, I don't like them to see this. I don't let them see my stand-up either. I'm cursing for an hour and a half. I can't. It feels weird talking about sex and your mama. Oh, baby, you crazy.
Mr. Wayans.
Last thing you want to hear, yeah, hey, y'all never ain't no sex. Your mother go, yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? I'm sorry, yeah.
Come over here with the deep voice.
God. Ooh, the voice of Don Canese.
Right there.
Oh, what's up?
What's going on, CJ Carter, Hip Hop Weekly? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm sitting here, you know, by Mr. Marlon Wayans talking about how many house 2 swirls straight. My question to you is, you guys seem like you had so much fun filming these movies, and I'm questioning there were a bunch of memorable moments, but for you, what was the best part of making the Honey House 2?
You know, working with the actors, man, working with Seth, working with Gabriel Iglesias, you know, working with Essence, working with Atheon, because for me, when I'm on the set like that, man, I feel like and I don't want to say this because he's a lot greater than I can ever think to be, but I feel like LeBron James, where you got to announce yourself. I almost hit you. I was like, I just felt something creeping on my back. I was like, oh, this is real. Drop something, sir. So I feel like, it's distributing the ball. It's one thing for you to score. I know I can score at any given moment. Like if I'm in a movie, I always write myself like the most unfunniest in the movie. My dialogue is never the best dialogue. I always give everybody else the best dialogue. And when I'm on set and I'm filming somebody else's scene, I'm a writer at that point. So I'm in the scene with them, and then when they go cut, we sit there and go, yo, what else can we say? Oh, it'd be great. And if you watch like behind the scene footage, it's like a writer's room. When they say cut, I get sent to the side. I go, well, what about this? And then even when he's filming and he's doing his thing and I'm throwing something at him and he'll laugh and then he'll do it. And it's just like, you're just throwing passes and watching great people alley-oop and dunk the ball. And you just get off like, you pop your collar like we did that. And it's fun when you listen to the outtakes, how we work. Because when you got funny people, like Cedric is brilliant. Atheon Crockett, I don't know what's wrong with Hollywood. That dude is insanely hilarious. Like, all the actors in this movie, man, Gabriel Iglesias, when you got strong comedic minds and know how to make thousands of people laugh, man, the best thing you can do is just continue to encourage them to create new stuff. I throw my script out. Yeah, I wrote it, but it's a blueprint. I know it's funny, let's make it funnier. Forget everything I said, what comes to your mind? And that's how we work. And we get the best out of it, and we edit it. And a lot of times they come to the screening and they go, yo, dog, you kept all of that? I said, yeah, we was going to. That's the purpose. Kim Whitney came to my set, and she had one day, she was like, doing her scenes. And I said, Kim, why are you reading the dialogue? She goes, well, that's what, in Hollywood, that's what they make you do. I said, Kim, you working with a Wayans. This is just a blueprint. She goes, oh, you mean I can say what I want? I said, yeah, that's why I hired you. I want to see, now let her out. Give me that ghetto, give me that thing that you got inside of you. She said, all right then. And she went on about letting it out, and she has the funniest little scene because she felt comfortable. She cried afterwards. It was like, ain't nobody let me do this. It felt like a scene out of 12 Years a Slave. Like, oh, they let us tell jokes in Hollywood. God, and so for me, I feel good when artists feel like they can come and express themselves and that they trust them. And how I got the new case, it don't matter. Next. Thank you.
Marlon right here. Up to the back. Right back here, hand raised.
Oh, there you go. How you doing?
Jonathan Lambert, Associated Press. Of course, you've been in a variety of movies. G.I. Joe, of course, Haunted House 2, coming up soon. And of course, The Heat, so I figured you can answer this question. When do you think more blacks are going to appear more in Hollywood films without playing that, playing those roles with the racially angled type roles or the black being attached to?
I think when look, we had one of the best years ever for black filmmakers. If you look at in terms of them being embraced, like you got I think Hollywood's starting to catch on. You look at the Oscars and we have some representation there. There's been years that it's been like all white. And you just go, I don't even know why I'm watching this, but this year there's a bunch of nominees and that make you feel great. And I think Lee Daniels with The Butler, and you got the director of Shame and with the 12 Years a Slave, and I think little by little we're starting to hit. You got Kevin Hart with having huge successes. I think by us going out and having box office success, that's the best thing that we can do. You know, you got to show them, you got to prove them, because they're not going to spend that money just going, hey man, I'm telling you we can do this. No, you got to show them. We're gonna have to work harder. And you know, me, I write, star, produce my movies because, you know, if Hollywood's not going to do them, so I do it myself. You know, I would love to get in that position where they go, oh, you got this idea, every idea they do, but that's not what it is. And you know, but I don't look at it as a bad thing. I think, you know, as being of color, you know, it's what makes us great, man. It's like, you know, what made Jackie Robinson so great when he got to baseball was they were calling him the N-word on every base. He did not feel safe. So he stole second, third, and home. Like, just, you know, the obstacles that we have to go through on an everyday basis. Think about what Obama's going through. It took hundreds of years to get a black president. You know, it's just, you know, it will be our time. But, you know, we have our moments. And the key is to, I don't lick my wounds, I don't place blame, I accept blame, and I just go, you know what, I can be better. I'm gonna work harder, I'm gonna be a force, I'm gonna start producing more movies, and so this way we have more representation. I'm not gonna go, oh, Hollywood's not making movies. No, I'm just gonna start making more movies. I'm just gonna start reading more scripts. I'm gonna start putting more people to work. I'm gonna start entrusting other people that are funny and putting them in my movies. And you know, and that's the way you build it. You got guys like, when we have our movies come out, I think it's a big opportunity, a big responsibility lies on the audience as well. Because when we put it out, and you know, we need you guys to go support it. If you don't support it, it's bootlegged and it's this and it's that. You can't complain why there ain't that many, you know, black movies out there, because you know, without the green, they ain't making a black. So, you know, we gotta support them, and you know, it's good that, you know, now we're just starting to make entertaining movies. You get, you know, like when I do a movie, I just do a comedy. I'm not trying to do, you know, they try and label you a black comedy. I'm just a comedy. When we did White Chicks, it's just a comedy. We did Scary Movie, bunch of white people made by black people. It's just a comedy. And so I'm black, I walk with that every day. Don't limit my box office, because I'm trying to hit Europe, I'm trying to hit Paris, I'm trying to hit Spain, I'm trying to hit Italy, you know? So, and I'm proud of Kevin Hart and the success he's having, and it kind of makes it easier for everybody else when we all have success. So I think it's all of us to take and put it on our shoulders, and there's a filmmaker in here, you know, get to work and keep working, and just know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see it, but I know it's there. So they say.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Eric Banks with Celebrity Brands. And this question is about film finance.
Yes.
So we're at the Turks and Caicos Film Festival through Easter Rating. We had a whole panel on film finance. And being that many of our movies...
You wasn't out there caring about no finance. We was up in Brazil, man. We was doing this finance.
Don't hate on regulation.
Between looking at the big booties on the beach, but we was definitely talking about finance.
So my question is, I love it. So my question is, from a film finance perspective, what we've noticed that the trend is that many of the major sponsors will not tag or infuse capital from a product placement perspective into our films. So what's kind of your strategy or your aim, or what did you do, or did you really leverage maybe some emerging brands that may not have upfront cash to participate in your film, but could enjoy the placement, being that you're at a broader show? Secondly, did you approach the major product companies to seek placement? I did see like a hot sauce bottle that I recognized from Louisiana. These companies, you know, get into our films and our works for free when they pay everybody else. So I just wanted to...
Are you talking about like getting brands to buy in, or are you talking about...
Yeah, well, to buy in, and then in some cases it may be an emerging brand that may not have all the cash, but that may do some type of equity play with your film for that placement.
Yeah, sometimes it's like when you first starting out with these movies, with these budgets, you just gotta show and prove. I went and got financing for this. I went around the studio system and I got financing. And once I got my financier, we financed the movie Open Road, not Open Road, I Am Global. They financed the movie, the first movie, for $1.7 million. We were supposed to do it at 2, but we came in under budget for 1.7. And then we found a distributor, which is Open Road. And so they put up the P&A. Actually, Endgame put up the P&A money, Open Road did the distribution. So it was a lot of different parts working together, but I have 20 years of experience and I have a lot of success before even trying to raise, like to get $1.7 million, it's not easy. You know, ain't nobody just gonna go, oh, you look like Keenan, here's $1.7 million. Nah, man, if I have over $1 billion in box office behind me, and I was only able to raise $2-3 million to do a movie, but that's all I wanted, actually, first time out. But I had the track record, and I had the audience and the support, and I get the media outlets because I'm gonna go promote it everywhere. And so it was a little easier for me. So I think if you're gonna go get your financing, I think you wanna make sure your script is really tight. You wanna do it for small budget, limited locations, and you want to try and kiss it to your distributor early. As far as brands go, brands are going to want to see you be successful with the first one, they're going to want to see you be successful with the second one, and then the third one they're going to go, you know what, we got this hot sauce that Malcolm should use. And so with time, and so, but here and there you might get like, we had some people come on this one, like there was a condom company that wanted to do some stuff, but if it fits, you know, in the middle of my thing, I can't just do a random condom commercial. It's like, you know, what if Malcolm like going raw? I mean, what if he trusts her, right? So it has to be organic. So I think brands is a little harder right now, but I think brands actually are the future. And you know, I just did my rounds in New York for my website, my comedy network, whatthefunny.com. So I was in New York meeting with all the ad agencies and meeting with all the brands, and you know, trying to find that way to go direct to brand and tailor make suits for them, like to do a movie based on a brand. And I think that's going to be the future of filmmaking and the future of television. You're welcome.
Hi Marlon, I'm Kia with Mommy Noir, and I have kind of sort of a two-part question, just to piggyback off the gentleman over here from the Associated Press talking about Black Cinema film. Specifically with you, I remember Requiem for a Dream in college, and that was a more theatrical, dramatic role for you. Will we see more of that from you, or is comedy like a safe zone for you? And before you answer that, just so I can get my second piece. My son, I already know he's watched The Haunted House, the first one, on Netflix, devoid of my permission. However, him and his buddies want to go see it at the age of 12 at the movie theater. Would you say yes to your son at 12 or no?
Would I say yes to my son? Well, here's the thing. I took my son to the premiere. He was 11.
Okay.
And he also knew, and he's better than me, because I guess I raised him right in some sense, because he's in the movie theater with his sister who was 12 at the time, and they're in there, and they know something about to happen. They go, oh boy. And I'm like, dude, take your hands down. It's not that bad, you know. And he's like, Dad, that's semi-inappropriate. I said, semi. So he kind of knows the gauge. Here's the thing. I think when it comes to R-rated comedies, I think it's okay for kids to see some of that at a certain age. You know, when I was 11, when I was 8, my brother took me to see Airplane, you know, and it kind of opened up my world and opened up my mind in terms of thinking. It's not that it matured me, I still saw it from young eyes. Some of the jokes I didn't get till I became a grown man. As long as it's not a lot of like nudity and, you know, of course maybe the stuffed animals, sexy, you may want to close their eyes on that, but I've had white parents and white kids come to me 7 years old going, we love Scary Movie. I'm like, you talking about the movie where the guy got a dick stuck in his ear? Yeah. Here's the thing, but they watch it with them. Nowadays, because of the internet, they're gonna watch it without you. So it's better that you kind of watch it with them and go, well, this part, close your eyes. That part, close your eyes. Next year you can watch that part. You know, for me, instead of them like sneaking, I do the best that I can, which is put a rated R on the movie. And it's rated R means it's restricted for people under 17 unless you're a parent. And a lot of parents will bring their kids to see humor. Sometimes they take them to see violent movies. A lot of kids go see violent movies. Me, I probably stray away from a violent movie and take my kid to see a rated R comedy. versus a violent movie because I don't want them in school to shoot people in the face. You know, a little fart joke here and there ain't gonna hurt nobody. You know, that's what they like. So my kids, I let watch movies with me, and I go, that's not cool, this is cool. So it gives me a chance to be close to them and educate them. Your second part, which was your first part, I kind of forgot because it was so long ago. What was it? Oh, Requiem. Okay, I got you. Yes. Requiem for a Dream was a great role. I think I was able to showcase, you know, my dramatic chops. The thing is, like, I went to Performing Arts High School. I just started doing stand-up like 3 or 4 years ago to prepare for the role of Richard Pryor. That's the only reason why I got on stage. Otherwise, I probably would have never added that slash or that hyphenate to my name, comedian. I never really thought of myself like that. But then I got the role of Richard Pryor. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna play the greatest comedian ever, I gotta get my ass on stage. So I started, and so the method actor in me brought me to the stage. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen with that movie because it changed hands in terms of the director, and he's gonna have his vision. And so whatever way he goes, you know, I applaud him. I just know that Pryor brought me to the stage, and I started out wanting to play a great, and now I want to be a great. Like, I love doing stand-up. I love the art of stand-up. I just flew in from doing 8 shows this weekend, tired as hell, but I love tired as hell, but getting on stage and going, I'm gonna make them laugh. And it's one of the greatest blessings I ever got. So if that would be a perfect role, especially being not prepared for it, you know I got the dramatic chops to do it. Everybody's like, oh, you can act. Acting is easy, man. I can cry. It's easy to cry, man. You know, comedy, making you laugh without pain, that's hard. So, you know, that I like the challenge of comedy. I don't think I would do too well in 12 Years a Slave, because I'm like, nigga, you hear me again, I swear to God.
Hey, I'm Amber Mack with Fame Magazine. My question was, based on some of the criticism that you got from Haunted House 1, were you at all hesitant with moving forward with making a Haunted House 2 at all?
Absolutely not. I was motivated. You know, in terms of criticism, that's what critics do. Critics' job is to critique. And I look at, you know, their scores, and I look at a movie like Scary Movie 5, and when they're actually getting better ratings than I am, I just go, you know what, it's skewed. I'm not making movies for that crowd. I'm not making movies for 65-year-old or, you know, 45-year-old, you know, white guys who got degrees in English, I guess. I don't know. I don't make movies for that crowd. I make movies for my audience, because I look on Netflix and I got close to 4 stars. I'm going, that's my audience. My audience likes my movies, and that's what I make my movies for. I don't make movies for critics. I appreciate critics. I appreciate the job that they have, and their job is to critique, and I respect them. Actually, some of their critiques make me laugh. Like, me and my producer partner go, yo, come here, read this one. And we'll have a good laugh. Like, I started to collect the bad ones, then I'm gonna make a nice collage and put it up on the staircase where I walk upstairs and just laugh, because sometimes I just go, like, my daughter will come to me and go, they only gave White Chicks 2 stars? Oh, yeah? Out of 5, Dad? That movie's so funny. And I'm just like, well, it's not for those that's critiquing it. It's for the $150 million worth of audience that went to go see it. You know, so that's what I make movies for. And I stopped trying to chase. When you do a drama, you know, then you're trying to appeal to critics. That's when you do. When it comes to comedy, it's subjective, especially coming from where I come from. Urban, blue collar, grew up in the projects. I have a different point of view. I keep it real. I talk about everybody. You know, I don't pull punches. You know, I do it with kids' clubs, but you know, we can be a little offensive at times. You know, our humor will equal opportunity offenders. I will, in one movie, you know, so I will do a gay character, a white character, we talk about black people, we talk about Hispanic people, we talk about everybody. Equal opportunity offenders. So some people may be offended. Like when I do my comedy shows, there's always 2 people out of, you know, 500 100 that's gonna be like, "Nah, I didn't like it. No, I just didn't like the Obama thing. I don't agree with him. I just don't agree. He's not doing a good job." You're gonna have those people. You're gonna have those people, and I give them that. But I don't make movies that don't discourage me from making movies. And I get encouraged when I sit in the theater and I'm watching 300 people laugh like this. Laugh till somebody spit popcorn on the person in front of them. Laugh till they slap the person next to them. Be laughing through the next scene like whoo, whoo, whoo. Watching the movie play. That tells me whether a movie is good or not. And I watch my movies play. And so that's what encourages me. I listen to those laughs. And, so when I heard the laughs in part one, I was like, I'm definitely doing part two. So that was a long way to say fuck the critics, huh?
All right, really quick. I have a two-part question for you.
Please tell me where you are.
You said you were?
Right here.
Right here.
Just one question.
Oh, thank you, man.
All right, so really quick. My name is Nick Diesel, TSLExclusives.net. So my question is for you. Will Ferrell started a site called funnyordie.com. Have you received any negative feedback for your site? What's the funny.com?
Actually, I got all positive, man. People love the fact that we have a destination. We got somewhere where we go, I can laugh at this. You know, it's somewhere where you go, oh man, that sketch is funny. Something for us with our humor. Because, you know, Funny or Die is kind of like the Saturday Night Live of the web. We're trying to be like in living color, like somewhere where our voice and somewhere where our eyes can go, where you go, oh man, that's funny. You know, we laugh differently than they do. White people look, they snicker. We laugh. We laugh. We spread the word. When brothers like something, you gonna hear about it. That's white people walk by the movie theater and hear black people laughing. What the hell is from there? I gotta go check that out. You know, so I just did something for us, something for the urban. And when I say urban includes it's black people, it's Hispanic people, it's white people, you know, hip white people, it's gay people, it's everybody that's not, you know, the Illuminati, pretty much, you know. So I'm actually proud and happy that we have What the Funny, because it's to me it's quality content. It's not offensive. It walks the line. It's a little edgy at times, but it's not like, oh, that's just wrong. You might get one or two of those out of 10, but you know, for the most part, it's, you know, it's pretty straight. And I see why they call you Diesel. Either that, your shirt real small. Like you put that shit in the dryer, extra 2 tumbles. How do you get in that? Hold this over for me. Just hold it over for me.
My name's Jordan. I'm from WATV 1420 and YULRadio.com.
Hey.
How hard or easy is it for you to stay in character, especially in this movie? And how many takes does it usually, take to get through these scenes?
Well, being that we don't have the budget to ruin takes, and my instinct, I try to do everything in actually 3 takes. We don't have the budget to do a bunch of takes, so we try to get it in and get it out in 3 takes. And it's hard to hold my composure. Like, I'll run out the room. If Cedric is about to say something that makes me laugh, I'll go and I'll run out the room, and then I'll run back in, because I don't want to blow the take, because I can't keep stopping and going. And I don't like, the first time you hear a joke, it's funny. Second time you hear it loses its value, diminishing returns. It loses its value. The third time you hear it, it's not as funny. Then, like the 4th time you hear it, if you change, like, if you're drunk and you see it again, you may laugh, or you high, you may laugh harder. But the reality of it is, jokes are diminishing returns. So I like to keep it fresh. I don't want to blow the take, because when I see the crew laughing, selfishly I go, no, that's the take to keep, and I'm not going to break. So I encourage them to improvise, but I'm going to selfishly, as as an artist, I go, I'm not going to stop the take because I'm laughing. And I hate when actors do that. It's just like, dude, hold it together. And just even if the audience see you do this, they laugh harder because they know that what they're doing is, if you watch White Chicks, there's a scene in White Chicks, and my brother Sean is notorious for this. He's like the black Harvey Korman. When I'm doing a scene with Sean, we did the Bodega Brothers, and I was improvising all throughout that scene. You know, I did, and I climbed up on the thing, grabbed the Jesus candle, and you could see my brother go, like he wanted to laugh so hard, but he just held it in because he knew what I was doing was just magic. And it's magic if you watch it, because you sit there watching me and you go, wait, he's laughing. He's making him laugh in the scene, but he's trying not to. So it makes it funnier, you know?
Hi Marlon, I'm right here.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm Lily Small with exclusiveaccess.net. I heard you say earlier that we could be expecting a tour. A tour between you and your brothers next year.
Yeah.
What can we expect from that?
2 hours of laughter, like, you know, 2 hours of 4 guys that love each other to death, just giving their points of view on the world and each other and society and, you know, growing up and marriage and divorce and all of life's triumphs and defeats. And, you know, what's beautiful was like when there's a picture of us, the 4 of us on stage together. I looked at it and I cried. Like I showed my mom. My mom was just like, oh, my baby, because it's just beautiful to see that, you know, we all came out the same nest. You know, that it's weird because, you know, I think it's such a great message to not just black people, but to people in general. Like when you raise your children, you want nothing more than your kids to like each other. You know how hard that is? Like to like my son and my daughter, they don't like each other. They act really good like they like each other. And that makes me happy. But to see them work together, you know, that's a message that is, you know, for everybody, you know, that you can raise children and they can go on to do great things together and yet be different, of which we are. And so it was a magical night, and I can't wait to do, you know, a worldwide tour with those guys, because I think it's gonna smash. Like it's crazy because we're all 4 funny in different ways. Like Damon is just crazy. He got this little dark smile because Damon grew up with this club foot, right? So he has a very twisted, warped sense of the world. So when I see him do this little smile like this, I know he's gonna say something crazy, and it's just fun. Like even backstage, we was filming each other as we was coming off stage. Before we go on stage, we kiss each other. Before when we get off stage, we meet it with a hug, greet it with a kiss. You know, every time we say bye to each other, I love you. Even when we argue, my brother Sean can get on my nerves on the daily. Instead of going, fuck you, I say, all right, love you. It's really fuck you. But it's love you.
Marlon, I heard you make mention of White Chicks. Over here.
Hello, how are you?
I'm Jennifer Pearson from Juicy Magazine.
Hey.
I heard you make mention of White Chicks. Now, I've been hearing there's going to be White Chicks too. Is there any truth to that?
You know, I hope that it can come together. I think when you look at The Best Man 2, which came out 10 years later, when you look at Anchorman 2, which came out 10 years later, I think it gives White Chicks hope. I think White Chicks is the one movie everybody, like every fan on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, you know, which is at Marlon Wayans, by the way. I ain't trying to plug myself, but at Marlon Wayans, Instagram and Twitter. Everybody always asks for White Chicks 2. That's the one movie they want to see so badly. So we want to do it. So we're thinking about going the independent route if Sony don't want to do it, because I think we already have a great story in our head of what it will be. So you know we'll see. But hopefully.
My name is Ashley Ellerby from the Public Choir Magazine.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Can you tell us one thing
About an actor?
About an actor in the haunted too.
In a house? It's haunted house too?
Yes.
You trying to get me beat up? Something about an actor that they don't want you to know. Cedric lost about 30 pounds, and he don't know if he can be funny anymore. As a medium-sized Cedric. You know, big rappers get small, they lose their swag, you know. He's just having different, he's juicing now, he ain't the same, man. But he's still hilarious. Actually, Cedric, well, he did lose weight. He's on, I don't want to say, hey man, he look good, but you know. Y'all, I saw him, I was like, hey, Ced, you look like you're gonna live. He was like, what? That's my boy, I love him. Cedric is the nicest guy. That's, once again, sometimes like, I don't understand the button pushes in Hollywood. Because a guy like Cedric to me is like, you know, one of the funniest people. Like, if you sit in a room, the guy's just funny as hell. I just go, why aren't you like one of the biggest stars in the world? And it's just that they're not exposed. It's like, it's what my brother found when he did Living Color. When he did Living Color, what he found was there was all this talent that the world never saw. They've been nurturing themselves for 20 years, and they're sitting right in front of you, but nobody's doing anything with them. And if you look at everybody take off from that runway, you got Jim Carrey, you got Jamie Foxx, you got Damon, you got Keenan, you got me, you got Sean, you got J-Lo, you got Carrie, all that was on that one little show. All that talent, handpicked. That's why I'm doing What the Funny. That's why I'm doing The Funniest Wins, which is my TBS reality show, you know, finding the next 360 comedian. It's trying to find the people that sometimes Hollywood is too busy to find themselves. They don't know. So I'm trying to be the tastemaker and go, no, trust me, this guy is funny, you know? So, yeah, I hope in my movies I cast it to where everybody's funny, not just me. I don't want to be the only one funny in the movie, because I think the movie's not funny if I'm the only funny one. This movie, everybody scores. And, you know, I feel good if everybody on this movie becomes a huge star. They should be.
All right, I want to thank Mr. Wayans for this great evening. Just a quick note before we take some photos. Please hold your interviews. You know, the movie comes out the week of April 18th, so we would like for you to hold the bulk of your interviews from this Q&A session to the week of. You can't post photos, and I'm going to invite everybody to a screening when the film is ready to be screened, so that you can, you know, review the film. And
yeah, listen, feel free. You know, you guys, like I said, when you guys tell the fans, please go check out the movie. And I tell fans, look, I want to know what you thought of the movie. And when I did something crazy, when the movie was coming out, I tweeted the good ones and I tweeted the bad ones. And I was just like, because I want y'all to see it for yourself. And then you judge it yourself whether you like the movie or not. So, you know, yeah, feel free. Just go, when you go see the movie, just go have fun. And, you know, I think as critics, look at the movie and watch the audience reaction. If they're not laughing, it's not funny. But if they're laughing and you're the only one in the room not laughing, then something's wrong. So, check it out. Peace and love, and thank you guys for your time.
thank you.
I know, in life you can't stop what's meant to be, and it's meant to be. I know, your girl want a nigga that's in the street, but she into me. I know, I started from the bottom, but I stayed down with it, not an envy me. I know, oh yeah, I know, oh yeah, I know. In life you can't stop what's meant to be, and it's meant to be. I know, your girl want a nigga that's in the street, but she into me. I know, I started from the bottom, but I stayed down with it, not an envy me. I know, oh yeah, I know, oh yeah, a lot of haters gon' talk, cause they don't wanna see me on top. All my exes gon'